Greetings. Welcome to my video on how to detox your locks. I wanted to do this video because I know that if you have locks, sometimes buildup can be a problem. Product building up, different debris from the air, different toxins in the environment can begin to clutter and crud inside of your locks. Different lint from your clothing or from your bedding can also get inside of locks. And for me, that's a huge pet peeve. I actually cut my daughter's locks off and cut my son's locks off because of the excessive amount of product buildup. So I really hate having buildup in my own locks. You can even see how some of my locks are frayed at the end, kind of coming loose. They're not actually coming loose, they've actually been picked loose because I will go just on a tangent where I'm pulling buildup out of my locks kind of habitually. So I've had this set for 4 years and I plan to cut my locks next year on my 50th birthday. But the build up makes me want to cut my locks today. Also, I know that I'm not complete with this growth cycle, with this lock cycle, personally or physically. So I'm trying to hold on to these locks for 1 more year. In order to do so, I got to get some of this buildup out. So I decided to do a lock detox. This is the first time that I've done a lock detox on these locks because for whatever reason, I just began to accumulate a lot of this buildup within the last year or so. I came outside to try to get some good lighting so you can see the buildup. I'm not really sure if it's really showing up or not, but once I go inside, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. So we're getting ready to clean these babies. I know you can see it really good right there. I'm going to use a part of apple cider vinegar. I'm going to use a part of baking soda and peppermint oil and just a little bit of peppermint Castile soap. So let's get ready to go inside and get to this cleanse. This little mixture here of baking soda, Bragg's apple cider vinegar. I added about a cup. Add just a little bit more apple cider vinegar and peppermint essential oil, a cap full of that. As you can see, as I kind of try to push the foam aside, the water already has kind of like a yellow tinge. But as I begin to soak my locks, it's going to get darker. Absolutely, it's going to get darker. So it's about a half a cup of baking soda to about a cup of vinegar, water, peppermint oil, and then a little bit of peppermint Castile soap. I'm just going to enter my locks. As you can see, looking at the back of my head, I'm sure you can see a lot of the buildup that is in my locks. And the goal is, after this detox, for that buildup to subside. So I'm going to place my head all the way down into the sink. And the water is going to begin to absorb into my locks as well. I'm just going to massage this detox into my hair. It'll take about 5 minutes to do this. And I'll be back at the end of 5 minutes. My dirty water, don't judge me. So it's only been about 2 minutes. And look at this water. Look at how dark it is. Oh my gosh, look at all of that just build up and dirt that has came out of my locks. One thing I want to say is try not to go all the way to your scalp because the vinegar will burn a little bit. And then also, it's going to be strong. My eyes are watering, my nose is watering a little bit from the vinegar. So prepare yourself for that. So I still got about 3 more minutes to go. So I'll be back. So I've decided to do this a second time because the water is so filthy. Take a look. I am going to let this water out, and I'm going to refill the sink with the baking soda, vinegar, peppermint oil blend, and we're going to give another soak. That soak lasted about 4 minutes. And I just thought, you know, let's get some fresh water in. So this time, I'll let you see how I do my mixture. Oh. This is just a light rinse. First I'm going to do a full wash. After this detox. So you may wonder, how often do I detox? This is the first time, so it's about a half a cup, maybe a little bit more. This is the first time that I've done a detox on this set of Locs. Like I said, I've only noticed this build up for about a year, so I didn't really feel like I needed a detox. But it definitely got to a point where this detox was necessary. So the water is white now due to the baking soda. Gonna have this little tornado here. I mean volcano. So you see the vinegar definitely turns the water a tan color. But once I begin to detox my Locs, the water is capped full of peppermint. The water becomes gray. And just a little bit of Castile soap. Soap and shampoo is one of the main things that lead to the buildup in your Locs in the first place. So didn't want to add too much of that. We have a nice tan color. I'm going to go in for another dip, and you'll see the gray color that happens. So I'll be right back and show you. Okay, so I just completed the second soak. Again, we have this murky gray water. So I think that I got a pretty good cleanse in. Now I'm going to hop in the shower. Gosh, look at all this buildup, guys. Look at all of this buildup in the water. It's crazy. Now I'm going to hop in the shower, and I'm going to do a really good rinse. I'm going to lightly wash it with the peppermint soap, and I'll show you all the finished product. You can even see the gray, murky water coming out, and I give my hair a nice squeeze. So I think we got a good cleanse. Now let's give it a wash. Hey, so I'm still detoxing. I know many of you are saying you didn't see nearly this much build up in my Locs earlier, prior to my 2 soaks that I did. And that is because the vinegar and the baking soda actually brought everything to the surface from deep within the Loc. I have really thick Congos, so it brought all of the buildup to the surface, and now you can really see what was inside of my hair. So I let my hair dry, because when it's wet you can't really see it. So I let it dry so that I could assess the situation and figure out, you know, how much I still needed to detox, and I definitely need to detox some more. So I'm going to do another soak or 2 this evening before I retire, and I will be back in the morning to show you the finished product. Welcome back. The lock detox is complete. I did another soak last night, and I still see a lot of the residue was brought to the surface of my locks. You can see a lot down here, but I was able to pull a lot out in the cleansing process. And being that this was the first time that I attempted to extract all of the buildup out of my lock, I still have a while to go. So I'm not done just yet, but I will continue to do a lock detox maybe once a month on my hair from here on out. And I will gradually get all of the buildup out. But I am pleased with the product, with the process and the end product. So I would definitely suggest that you give a lock detox a try. Thanks for watching.